welcome. If you're new here and you don't know who I am, I'm Christine. I'm owner and content creator of bloomingbrilliant.net, where I share educational resources, parenting advice, and of course, information about homeschooling. I'm a homeschool mom of two. I homeschool my 12-year-old daughter and my 8-year-old son right here in Brooklyn, New York, and I love to share our homeschooling journey with you. Today, I'm going to let you in on a little secret, something that we're using in our homeschool and that I want to share with you. It's called Education Perfect. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of our new uploads. So what is Education Perfect? Education Perfect is an online learning program that is aimed at kids from 9 years old to 18, and it provides full curriculum covering all the core subjects such as English, math, and science. But then it goes further. There are tons of languages available over on Education Perfect, as well as music lessons, digital technologies, and technology and design. There's so many great lessons in here, and there's over 35,000 lessons, I believe, and they're all like gamified and really interesting, and I'll talk more about how they're so awesome, but that's just to give you a little taste of it. It was founded actually in New Zealand in 2007 and is currently used by millions of students all over the world, including homeschoolers. It's really great for homeschoolers. They aim to help you easily personalize learning based on your kids' interest by also challenging them and providing support, which I really love. So they also give you like direct feedback when your child is like answering questions. They'll help them. They'll like give them like, you got this wrong, but this is like the sample answer and all that, which really does help them learn as they're going, and it doesn't make like a big deal about it. Like, it's okay. You just keep going, and it'll like the question will pop up later and you can answer it correctly then, and it helps kids to be really engaged in their lessons because they can choose based on interest as well as it being assigned to them. I briefly talked about what kinds of lessons you can find on Education Perfect, but let's go a little deeper. There are so many amazing lessons over on Education Perfect, and you can go from lessons from grade 5 through 10, but they're also working on growing their younger set of curriculum over there so that younger kids will be able to, use Education Perfect as well. Their platform library includes over 35,000 gamified lessons and over 10,000 videos and 50,000 questions that are all aligned with the curriculum for countries worldwide across all core subject areas. While using the Education Perfect platform, you have the choice of assigning your child lessons or having them search through the curriculum and choose lessons based on their interest. They can do both of these things. That's something that we're trying out in our homeschool, is to kind of track what she's interested in and letting her go through those lessons, but I'm also assigning her a few lessons as well so she can build on any gaps she might have in her learning, as well as also supplement some areas that we like kind of glazed over and she needs to dig deeper into. I'm going to go through the list of some of the courses or lessons that you can find on Education Perfect. So they have English language, which would include spelling, reading, speaking, and writing aligned with the common European framework. Again, this program is based in New Zealand, but it is compatible with worldwide core curriculum. You'll have math courses over there, which is all covering all concepts from grades K through 12. Science covering all different sciences from elementary to high school level. Humanities, which is including geography, history, civics, citizenship, and health. Health and PE, which, like I said, it goes through health, it goes through your relationships, your nutrition, your physical activity, exercise, and so much more. They have digital technology, how data is used, stored, transmitted, economics, which I really liked. We were digging into the financial stuff in economics and trying to teach my daughter some of that stuff, and that's achieving objectives, business activity, global economy, business operations, character traits of entrepreneurs and business people, and so much more. They really go into depth with economics. Music theory is in music, and that looks like they're just starting out. Languages, like I said, this program started off as a language platform, a language learning platform. So they have tons of languages. They have Arabic, Chinese, French, German, Indonesian, Japanese, Spanish, Portuguese, and Russian. Education Perfect is broken down in two ways. You have a teacher dashboard for you, the parent, the teacher, and you have a student dashboard for your child. Learners can have fun gathering points while they learn, while teachers can customize a learner's experience and get detailed reports, which is really helpful. So I'm going to go through a little bit of what you can find on each one. So on the teacher dashboard, you'll have access to learning plans that coordinate with the standards of your country. You will be able to create classes and add learners. You can add up to 5 children on your account, which is amazing because many of us have more than one child, and being able to purchase one, subscription and be able to put all your children on there through one subscription is pretty amazing. You're able to preview and assign lessons to your and test to your students. You can create your own tests and assessments. You can set deadlines, set passing levels, like what grade is passing, and you could even time the test if you want. You can browse everything by subject on your teacher dashboard using the search function. You can monitor the students and how they use their time. You can also block so that they cannot leave the screen, and they can stay on Education Perfect and not be distracted. You can hide or show the results that they get. So if they get things wrong, you don't have to let them know that they get things wrong. You can just keep that so that they maybe don't feel stressed. Like if your child gets anxious about test taking, then that might help them, and then they could always redo it or look at it at a different time. You don't need to have it in real time where they can see all the errors that they make. You can get suggested next steps or lessons when you're working on covering your learning gaps, and you can compare results to pre-test and post-test over on the teacher dashboard. Let's talk about the student dashboard. So your child will be able to have access to their short lessons, gamified app experience, which you can use this program on a tablet, which is great if you homeschool on the go. It's easily able to be personalized. So I know my daughter has been playing with the backgrounds and changing the colors of her dashboard for a bit now. So you can do that, which makes it personal and makes them feel like it's their own, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like having a notebook back in the day, and decorating your notebook, and then it's so much more fun to use. Well, that's what personalizing your dashboard is like. I know it seems silly to us parents, but it helps them make it feel like it's their own. You also have access on the student dashboard to local and global competitions. You could even compete with your siblings, which is pretty interesting. That's why I'm kind of ready to get my son on here, because then they can compete with each other, and kids love competition. I was going to say competing with each other, but it's the same thing. They love competing. You have screen monitoring options for no distractions. You could have the option for the text to be read to you, which is really great if your child struggles with reading, if they just are auditory learners and they like hearing it versus reading it themselves. And if you have any kind of special needs, that could also be really helpful, which I really love that they have that. I typically like listening to things versus reading it myself. While I do love reading, sometimes it's easier for me to understand things when I hear it. So I love that option. Not every curriculum or online learning thing has that option, so I really like that they have that. They have interactive lessons. You can click around. The answering the questions is even pretty fun. Everything is auto graded. You can earn money, prizes for winning competitions, which if that isn't a motivation, I don't know what is. There's a ranking system within their class, country, or worldwide. There's notes that you can put on the screen. There's a little section where you can write your own notes. There's also handwriting recognitions and tools for studying, like I said, little scrap paper that you can pull up, and calculators, and so much more. I really love also how they have their vocabulary that you can glide your mouse over it and you'll get the definition of things, just because everything is right there in one place. You don't have to go looking for a glossary. You don't have to go looking for a dictionary. You don't have to change your screen. You don't have to open up something else. It's really nice that everything is all in that one place for your student. So let's talk about what the lessons are like. The lessons are set up as presentations. So you'll open up a presentation and each slide has some text, some images, some videos. Sometimes they're GIF-like images. So it makes it really fun. Like I said, the text can be read aloud to your child, which again is perfect if your child has special needs, if they are having struggles with reading, or if they're just auditory learners. A lot of people just like to be read to versus reading it themselves, even when they're fully capable of reading it. It just helps them understand it better. So there's nothing wrong with using that, and I really love that they have that. They can read it and they can do all the work independently because they'll have so much support from Education Perfect. Students can take notes and highlight things directly on the screen. Like I said, they don't have to leave the screen. They don't have to have a separate notebook area. Their definitions and the keywords are all there for them. Everything is in one place, which is really great to help alleviate any kind of distractions. After the presentation, your kids will be given a quiz, but the quizzes are really fun. So it's everything they just read, and then it's kind of like a little bit of like reading comprehension, where you'll have multiple choice, short answers, drag and drop, all these kinds of different ways to answer questions. And you'll get points for every question you answer, regardless of if you get it correct or if you get it wrong. Kids can self-correct the answers because they let you know if you get something wrong. But again, you can take that off and you can just fix your answer based on their sample. If they give you a little hint, they're no, this is wrong, this is the right answer. And then you'll get a whole bunch of other questions, and then I'll go back to that question that you got wrong. And you can put the correct answer if you remember it. And it's really great because it helps you to learn. That's learning. Making mistakes is part of learning, and remember, learning from that experience and correcting yourself is all a part of that journey. So I really like that. I mentioned that the lessons are very gamified, and you might not understand why from everything I've mentioned, because it's okay, it's lessons, it's answering questions, but every question that you answer, you earn points. You also, after doing a whole lesson and quiz, you get access to Dash, which is education's version of an educational game, which is a timed quiz that you play against other students who are studying the exact same subjects or lessons as you. You can get ahead of players in the game by answering questions as fast as you can, which is really, kids like competing with each other, and that is something that they can do in a healthy way through this program. They can have access to it. They can work on competing with each other while learning, but they also have built in a way that you can support one another by sending stickers using some of your points to each other, so that's cute too, because it teaches them a healthy way to compete. You can compete with somebody, but you can also, but it doesn't have to, you don't have to dominate them. You can still support them to keep going and better themselves as you're bettering yourself, So I really like that. They can watch their ranking grow, the students, with every point that they earn, and they could, like I said, encourage other students to as well by sending them stickers with some of their points and making them feel yeah, I can do it. I'm going to do some more questions, or I'm going to compete a little bit more in the Dash game. Education Perfect offers great features that can be effective if your kids respond well to winning prizes. Like I said, who doesn't? I really love that they have a monthly homeschool competition that's worldwide, that if you do your daily lessons, you earn about 250 points, which is answering 250 questions, you can be entered into a drawing to get one out of 4 $20 gift cards, which, what kid wouldn't want a $20 gift card that they can use on whatever they like? It's definitely something that can motivate them to do their lessons, and sometimes you need that motivation, don't we all? I would have loved that as a kid, to be paid to do my lessons, or even just a chance to be paid to do my lessons. So I think that's pretty cool. So why are we using it, and how do we use it in our homeschool? Let's explain. So I try out a lot of different curriculums because I'm always looking to improve my homeschool, to find the perfect fit for my children, to keep them interested, to keep them enjoying the learning process, to not be afraid to try new things, and, you know, all the experiences that they can gain from it. I do introduce things slowly, and I don't stay with everything. While I think everything at times, there's a lot of great programs out there, everything has a time and place, is what I was headed to there. So we might use something for a season, and then we will change things up. So Education Perfect is something that we're currently using because it is really hard for me to be able to handle both children. They're at various levels in different areas and different subjects, different grade levels, different ages. My son is a little less focused at times, while my daughter can be hyper focused. But then when he's focused, she might not be. And if they both need me at the same time, it can be very extremely overwhelming for me. And I want to help them, and I want to be there for them, because that's the whole point of homeschooling for me, is to be there with them, to watch them grow, to watch them learn, to watch them make those connections. But it can be really, really hard to try to do that for more than one child. So I need something that they can do independently while I'm working with the other child. And like I said, I've been only using this with my daughter so far, but my son will be 9 soon, and I think he should be able to use this. So I'm going to try it with my son when he turns 9, although I think he could probably do some of these lessons independently now. But his experience with computers is less than my daughter. He's still working on his computer skills. So even if I put it on the tablet, I think he will need a little bit more time to feel comfortable using it. But that being said, I think it's really great to be able to have this where they can work independently like my daughter can work independently on this, where she can dive into her interest as well as me assign her stuff. I could fill in some gaps that in our learning. We can, review concepts that she has forgotten, and just explore different areas. She's able to be curious using this program and learn about different things that she hasn't been able to learn about or hasn't had access. It's a safe place. I know she's getting quality information from it. It's not like just some random Google searches. So that's what I really like about it. If you're interested in trying Education Perfect, I have a full review in the description area. You also can get a 30-day free trial, which, that's amazing. You need to go try it. And if you choose to purchase it, you can get a 20% discount until October 31st, 2022. And you can use the code SAVE20. All the information is in our blog post, so I urge you to check it out in the description box below. And if you have any questions, as always, you can leave them in the comments section. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss any of our new uploads. And I will see you soon. Have a great day and happy homeschooling.